Good day! I'm going to show you some flipped learning resources by which you can add a bit of interactivity to your online learning content, and also by which you can actually track and score student activities by means of quizzes and such like. So the things I'm going to show you are Xerte and H5P. So we'll start with Xerte, which creates SCORM packages that sit on your VLE. Here we have it on our Moodle. There's a report section after, which I'll show you at the end. But let's just have a look. So let's enter the world of anchovies. So it's laid out much like, or there is the facility, I should say, to lay out information much like PowerPoint. So you can insert your images and your text and headings, that kind of thing, and your animated bullet point type malarkey. But where Xerte adds a bit more is the interactive sort of clickable stuff. So we can break up information this way by adding these heading links. And then we've got lots of varieties on interactive diagrams. So this one is an anatomical diagram of an anchovy. We get lots of use here at the college for hair and beauty, like skin diagram, cutaways, construction, technical drawings, that kind of thing. We've got drag and drops. So oh no, it's wrong. There we go. Seabirds. We have hotspot images, so we can click and get information pop-ups on images. And another variation, drag and drop labeling. So you can go all around your anchovies with this. This is a category sorting. And this one is like a procedure, so you drag labels to get things in the right order. Delicious. Okay, and we can embed things, so YouTube videos obviously, but anything else that with an embed code, so Padlets or Nearpod or Flickr or anything that you can use embed codes with would fit nicely into your Xerte presentations. Now the last bit is a quiz. The quiz, despite all the interactive activities, is the only one that is actually tracked. So when you score in your activities, it's all based on quizzes, so any Xerte stuff needs to be ended with a quiz really, because that's what's going to be recorded. So I'll just go through this quick quiz. And you can customize all your own feedback to the questions. Oh, changed my mind on that one. Right, so that done, we can go back to our report and hopefully, there we go. So we've got an attempt. So it tells me when I accessed and what my score was. So I got 1 out of 3 questions right, and that's your recorded bit. So you can have a list of everyone and what their score was for the quiz. Just to show you the back end, as it were. So this is my sort of working version of that presentation. So you'll see all the pages are in as different types. Some of them have sub pages, and so if I go to one of the hotspots, you'll see we just upload a video, image I should say, like so, and then the hotspots you just apply manually. You drag these around and save and apply heading for information to go with it. So yeah, each page type is a form fill-in type exercise, and as you'll see, there are hundreds of these. So there are things for different types of navigation. There are lots of interactivity type options. There are a few games, and as I say, embedding options and such like. Xerte is actually installed on your server, so the SCORM sit on your VLE, but you do actually have to have a sort of bit of techie knowledge to install it. and you work on in this workspace, and then you download the SCORM packages and then upload back to your VLE. So there's a little bit of faffing about. Having said that, there are lots of page types to go through, so there's a bit more versatility perhaps than other resources. So for a slightly different approach, I'm now going to show you H5P. Right, H5P is a web-based resource which you can use on the website, and you can embed codes for the content from it to paste in your VLE. It also works as a plugin for some VLEs, including Moodle. That's the way we use it. So I'll say a bit more about the website later, but for now I'll show you how we use it with Moodle. So when you've got your plugin installed with Moodle, and you may need to get your techies onto that, you should see when you go to when you've got your editing turned on and you go your add an activity or resource, there is now a H5P interactive content option. So if we add that to the page, it's a Moodle form, much as usual for your content. So just give it a title, and then you'll see here H5P content type selector. So if we click on that, you see the vast array of resources that are available to you. There are things like accordion and course presentation, so there are ways to lay out content and create proper sort of structured courses. I'll say a bit more about those later. But amongst all of these, you will see things that the sort of thing we've seen in Xerte already: drag and drop activities, fill in the blanks, image hotspots. There's loads of it. Now, one of the ones that jumps out, I'll just plough straight in and show you a thing that I think H5P does really well, and that is interactive video. So this is where we can have prompts, comments, images, pop-ups, questions to to add interactivity to your video. It does what it says on the tin. So I'm going to go for that one, and then another form filling exercise. So the video I've got, I'll just show you that to put it in context. We've got, this is Gripper, a Moodle expert.
You mugging me off? Right. Now listen here. Shut it. Moodle stands for Modular Object-Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment, right?
Now, wouldn't it be nice if at that point we could have a question to check the viewers are awake? What does Moodle stand for? So we're going to do that now with H5P. Okay, so first thing to do, upload or attach your video by URL. Okay, so we upload that. Now, give it a title. And you've got other fancy pants bits of trimmings. I won't bother you with those. Now we need to add our interactions. So basically we play the video to the right point. Let's get Gripper up to the front.
Now listen here. It's Moodle stands for Modular Object-Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment, right?
Okay, were you all listening? So at this point we can now add an interaction. So we've got labels, we can have just comments and subtitle type things pop up, hyperlinks, images, but we're going to just go for proper interactivity and have a multiple choice question at this point. So we click there. Right, we can check the display time. You can edit that to the second, and your option is to stop the video, so you can really make sure they're paying attention, because the video will not play until they've interacted. So we check that. You've got a few display options. We're going to go for button, and just need to give it a heading. Right, so question is, what does Moodle stand for? Okay, so is it... I've got these pre-typed because I'll be here all day. Miscreant objectification ordnance driven laser eye. Just put your options in as you want. I think we get 2 by default. We'll have to add 1 because I haven't actually included the correct one. Modular object-oriented dynamic learning environment. Don't forget to check the one that's correct. Of course you can have, depending on what question setup you had, you can have more than one that's correct. So that's our questions done. Okay, so you can add as many of these interactions as you want. There are many and various. I won't go into all of them. Basically, quiz questions are the one you might immediately want to go for. Optionally, you can have a summary task at the end, which is just to... I've just gone for I like this, I hate this. Just to sort of wake up call at the end, I guess, but you know, your other questions and content might be in there anyway. So we just need to save and display that. Let's have a look at it. I'll show you it, I'll prove it works. Okay, so Gripper gets to grip with Moodle. Let's see it.
Here, you mugging me off? Right. Now listen here, shut it. Moodle stands for Modular Object-Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment, right?
Right, has everyone been paying attention? So the video pauses, we click on it, Modular Object-Oriented, check, ding, and at that point we click continue and the video progresses.
Quit mugging me off. Get your knickers on. Get yourself on Moodle.com, alright? Ain't even the URL, but use your savvy. Go on, here, sling your hook.
So then we've got our summary statement at the end. Obviously we love it. Yep, and that's it. I say that's it, there's a thing I forgot to mention. You need to do this. On your Moodle page, you just need to set the activity completion so that Moodle can read the scores through. So if I just go back to the demo, if we go to edit, so underneath the H5P bit, there's your rest of your Moodle settings, and activity completion needs to be switched on, so you can just do it by view or by grade. And then when that's set, if you've got your activity completion blocks on the page, you'll see there H5P demo. I've got 100% because I know what Moodle stands for. So there you go, that's a quick demo of one of the best features of H5P and also how you can track scores through to Moodle. So as you can see, it's a little bit more flexible, I guess, than Xerte. And I should say, as I said earlier, the sort of web presence of H5P is very useful. If you're using other VLEs or Canvas or other ones, you can just create content on the website and use embed codes. So let's have a look. What have I got here? So if I've got an anchovy activity, I've got that set up there. It's simply just take the embed code off, slap it on your Moodle or your WordPress or your Canvas or whatever it is you're using. The H5P site really is worth a look. It's really good. So if you go to examples, you can see all the features that are on there. There are examples of everything. So you can just click on these and see how it might work with yours, download the example, edit your own, add to your site from here if you prefer to do it that way. Just a quick word about presentation and structure. So every piece of content that you make with H5P can be used inside another structure. So if we go to course presentation, I'll show you what I mean. So we've got this, which also has So it's a H5P resource itself, the course presentation, but then you plug in the interactive quizzes, and there's a drag and drop, so you can use it interchangeably. You're not just using one thing at a time, and that way you can lay out nice pretty things like this. Have more than one thing on a page, so you can have a video and a quiz on this in 2 columns, and just lots of versatility with it. So I hope you have enjoyed this wondrous journey amongst the wonderful world of flipped learning technologies, and have a go at these. Have a go. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. Good day.